Hello, in this video I'll be making a science fiction dystopian book cover. It was inspired by this giant's causeway nature shot, those amazing stones that look partially unnatural. I've seen them live and they're amazing. You really sometimes think it could be made by aliens and planted there. And that gloomy sky made me think about some threat and danger from aliens. So I decided to make a cover with the ship and our hero fighting against it. I started off looking for dark towering ship over the visual on the Shutterstock website, but I didn't find anything. I was looking for different ideas, different towers, different ships, but I didn't see anything special. And then I saw that a lot of those illustrations were made by AI anyway. So I decided to switch to generating some elements with the actual AI, and I use Leonardo.ai app for it. I still don't generate full book covers with AI, but I'm slowly integrating AI elements. So for like science fiction, dystopian covers, or even making silhouettes on thriller book covers, this is a good option. So I started with simple prompt, but then kept adding and adding. I saved a few visuals for reference and kept playing with styles, settings, and these were some different ideas I had. It took me about 20 minutes of playing with AI. In general, this cover took about 2 hours, 20 minutes over 2 days. I was looking for something just glooming and towering over us, and this one was the main idea I liked, so I saved it and added. This was how I started integrating it in the visual. It fit perfectly. Those red lights are nice. I deleted the bottom to make it look like it's in the sea, submerged, and I cleaned up some details to make it look better. And this is just adding reflections from the light on the ship to make it look more in the nature. And then I added some temporary text to give myself guidelines of where I can put other visuals in and where the text will go. At that point, I still didn't know neither font nor the title I will use, so it was just temporary title and the temporary font. I've picked that one for a while and kept it there. Then I decided to add a hero to the visual. Added some mist over the ship because it would be fitting there. Added a little bit of color, especially the lights shimmering. Added a bit more color on the bottom and just making the cover come together, blend better. Then I decided to add the silhouette of a person. In this case, I started off with a woman. Yeah, but this was just a temporary silhouette to see where I could place it. To it to the left, to the right, and then this is what about I finished the first session and saved it, and then I came back in 2 days. This is where I started using Neo stock book covers elements because they have a lot of awesome people in there, but it was hard to pick, and then I decided to choose between these two. One guy was badass with the coat, and this guy I really liked him slouching and his head down, like he's really mad and he's vengeful, the personal vendetta. But I ended up using the guy with the coat because that partially wind-blown coat and the gun looked better. So he's more of a badass, and you really need a badass to go against the alien ship or alien overlords in that story. So I worked on integrating it better into visual, kept messing around, and then I decided to add some drones because that's how our alien overlords would control us. Probably one of the ways they would watch everything and shoot people from them. So it was again using a Leonardo.ai app. I experimented a bit, added a longer prompt this time, and because prompt enhance is a very good feature on Leonardo.ai, so they create good, interesting prompts. And they added not one drone but more because it would be more menacing, and there would be millions of them flying around all over the world to control us. So this was what I ended up with, and then I started playing with fonts. I didn't want to use only sci-fi font, so in the end I picked something that looks a bit more dystopian, and the visual alone is science fiction. So between those two, we have the sci-fi dystopian cover. You can see how many fonts I tried. Then I started playing with colors, seeing what works better, where to place the text, and how to use the author name. These kind of small details are annoying and can take 5-10 minutes for each text, but you push a pixel left, right, and center is like annoying, but it's part of it. Then I added this amazing sky. I really like that light place, so I integrated it, added the bit behind the ship to give a little bit brightness, as if a little bit of hope, but not really. So I brought back the drones, integrated the sky a bit more, added another one, and then I looked for something to keep adding to the cover. I really like these overlays of the sparks, but they didn't fit in this visual, so I kept them only on the text. You can see it was kept on the text, and then I was trying these layer styles, but not only they didn't fit in the end, they also crashed my Photoshop. Luckily, I saved the changes, so I had to restart. You can see me restarting, and then he kept trying the font, the effect. It was lovely, but it didn't work on this cover. And then I decided to just add the subtle texture to the text to add a subtle effect instead of something shouting. Kept messing a bit more with the author name and text everywhere, and then added at the bottom more colors. And this is how it looked in the end. If you like this, follow me more at rockingbookcovers.com here on YouTube.